Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow in the Tier 4 American cruiser, the Phoenix. And this cruiser gets torpedoes, so that's something to look forward to. I'm in a division with Kanto, he's also in the Phoenix, and we're steaming ahead. This is a very fast ship, much different from the St. Louis. You don't get as many cannons, but you get a lot more range, so that's good. And there's still a fair amount of cannons on the Phoenix. And you get a few extras once you upgrade the hull, so that's good. And this ship is pretty fast, as well as having good maneuverability. You can get around 36 knots. Enemy Phoenix was spotted, already starting to fire at us, and something else is firing as well. Not spotted, of course, but he's not landing any shots, so that's good. A lot of torpedoes going off. However, I don't think they'll reach the Phoenix. Oh. And enemy torpedoes as well, from a Wix. That's kind of weird. Oh, maybe it's not from a Wix. But that was pretty long-range torpedoes. Or perhaps it was the torpedo bomber squadron. I wasn't really paying attention. But, thankfully, when you are in the Phoenix, and you're running away or charging directly at an enemy, you still have a fair amount of cannons that you can be firing at the enemy with. Unfortunately, Konzo did take a bunch of hits from torpedoes, so his health was really low already. Looks like that could be the torpedo salvo destroyer thingy that fired those torpedoes at Konzo. We'll continue firing here. Let's... Oh, well. If he's gonna keep chasing me, I might still be able to... Yes, I'm still getting a few more hits in. Not too many. And let's see if we can turn around and get a few shots on that Watatake. It seems to have a lot of anti-aircraft cannons, or at least really fast firing ones. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust my aim. Those things are pretty fast. And I may have to try and avoid these torpedoes. Or not. That spread is pretty wide. I can just maneuver in between them. And in fact, they have just run out of range. Oh, it's St. Louis. That's not going to be good for that destroyer. There he goes. And we're going to have to get into range of something else to be shooting at, because you don't want to waste time trying to get into position. The more damage you put out, the better off you are. Or the more experience you get in any case.
Torpedoes to port!
Torpedoes? Where? Okay, that's pretty far away. But firing at destroyers is pretty hard, especially at range, when they can avoid your shots pretty easily. And I don't seem to be able to land them very well either. What's going on? Kinda look like the engines were damaged at some point. Otherwise, why would a destroyer stop or slow down in the middle of a whole bunch of enemy vessels? Got a Kawachi on the left. That is a much larger target, which I should be able to hit with ease. Looks like he's going to take a few torpedoes as well. There we go, set him on fire. Still alive? Yes. But the fire's still going, so he's likely used his damage repair crews. And I'm going to see if I can set him on fire in a different position. Come on. I may have to help out against this destroyer because... Oh well, the Miyogi's actually avoided a bunch of torpedoes, that's good. Now that I'm closer to a destroyer... Oh, I killed something. Must have been that battleship that I set on fire. Here we go. Set the destroyer on fire. Not a lot of anti-aircraft cannons on the Phoenix, so you won't be doing too much escorting duties. Or I should say, it doesn't feel like there's a lot, because the planes that I come up against don't really go down fast enough, even after they've dropped whatever it is. Bombs, torpedoes. They don't really get taken out on their retreat either. There's a tier 4 battleship. Oh, he's moving really slowly. And I managed to miss all of my shots. So this is probably the reason I like cruisers better than battleships, because if I miss, I can still... Ouch! Our destroyer just took a giant hit. I can still reload and be able to put in another round to try and do more damage. Otherwise, waiting 30 seconds is not very fun. Now, pretty soon I'm going to be in range of the St. Louis's cannons. That's why I'm turning around. Don't want to be in range of those cannons, because he's got way more of them than I do. Although he's not doing a very good job at shooting at me. I should be on the very limit of his... Wow. What just happened? Should be on the very limit of the St. Louis's range. Oh, and he's down. One hit. And here comes a few shells from the Wyoming. Thankfully at this range, you can have a chance of avoiding them. Well, I'm not doing a very good job at returning fire and taking advantage of the reload time of a battleship. Come on. Ah, no hits at all. And that was one hit. Oh, he's hit me. He's immobilized my engine. Not good. We'll repair that. I don't want to be sitting still when a battleship is aiming its cannons at me. Right now I'm trying to close the distance because that's a lot of health. I can't really take out all that health with just my cannons. I need to use my torpedoes, and they don't have a lot of range, and it looks like he's just taking out my engines again, so that's a lot of damage. That was dealt to me. Come on. I just need that little bit more. And I can launch the torpedoes. There we go. Another salvo of torpedoes heading towards him from the other direction. He may have just avoided them though. It didn't look like any of them hit. Ouch. Still another 30 seconds for my damage repair crew. One of my cannons is out, so this is looking very bleak. Until all 3 of my torpedoes manage to hit him. Or 2 before he dies. South Carolina. He's just in range to shoot me, I believe. But that also depends on where the cannons or the turrets are pointed. Yep, there we go. He's just fired. Where are they? Oh, they fell short. We're just gonna keep lobbing shots over there. Hopefully I'll hit some of them. And if I move just slightly to my left, he shouldn't be able to hit me at all. I would be out of range of those cannons, and this is one of the main reasons why I don't like the South Carolina. Because ships 1 tier higher have much more range than you do. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You're not maneuverable, you're a pretty big target, and you're slow. I'm gonna turn around and see if I can put more shots on that South Carolina before he leaves and gets behind an island. Oh. Of course I can still work on my aiming. Here we go. He's trying to maneuver out of the way of my shells, however he's sailing into an area where you can easily predict where he's going to go unless he stops. In which case, that's not a good idea either. There we go. Oh, and set him on fire. When are we gonna repair, put out the fire? Doesn't look like it. Still burning. And I'm just whittling him down right now. Not doing a lot of damage, but it's enough to kill him.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
And I'm gonna see if I can regroup with the rest of my team. There's a Miyogi and a Wyoming. Wyoming's a little bit far out. As well as one of our aircraft carriers, which is on the other side of the map. I'm not going to go over there and protect that guy. I'm going to stick with the people that have miniguns. Oh, I'm actually in range of the the enemy Wyoming. That's good. I am detected, but it is unlikely that that Wyoming has its cannons pointed at me. And he is getting hit by fighters, or torpedo bombers, I should say. There we go. Landing a few shots. Missing a few more. And of course the Nyogi is also firing. Hopefully more damage can be done. Okay, it's turning towards us. That is both good and bad. Looks like the Kuma's also turned its turrets as well. That is not good. I won't be able to fight two tier 4s at the same time. It's not a good idea. And it looks like the Kuma has sighted his cannons and is raining fire upon me. Yeah. Already lost around 3,000 health. 2,000 health. It was around 9,000 before this engagement started. But I can still put in a bunch of damage on the Wyoming before it gets out of... or it gets behind an island. And I've set him on fire in several positions, so that's good. Oh, let's not... don't hit me. Ah! And I set him on fire again. Okay, so a bunch of torpedo bombers just flew away from there, so it looks like there could be torpedoes coming at me. The Wyoming just died. And in front of me there is a Kuma, no, not in front of me, there's a Kuma over there. There's those torpedoes I was worried about. And to my right, there's another squadron of torpedo bombers that just dropped torpedoes. And that's why they're flying away. Now, that's the normal behavior of the AI-controlled bombers. So that was a close one. I actually managed to get out of that. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure one torpedo would have taken me out. And I definitely like the maneuverability of the Phoenix compared to the St. Louis. Wouldn't have been able to do that in the St. Louis. Just taking the hits, really. Kuma in range. It's actually a fairly small cruiser. Hard to hit at range, just like those destroyers. Come on. And it's fast as well. There we go. I'm landing some shots now. Unfortunately, I don't have the health to take on Makuma just by myself. Unless I get really close. But that's not going to happen. That's an enemy cruiser, and it's not easy to avoid those shots. And even if you do avoid the first salvo, it's just going to fire again. And it doesn't look good for our aircraft carrier. We only got a few seconds left, and I was really hoping that our battleships would just come around and help me out, but they've decided to go for cap, which didn't work out too well. So it was actually a draw. Not very many of these that I've seen. But I did manage to get a lot of credits, 197,868 credits, 4 kills, 1,162 points of experience. And on the next screen, there we go, 21,000 damage with fire, 50,000 with HE, 1,000 with AP, and 13,000 with torpedo hits, so that's good. And I just took HE damage, so that's what's been firing at me, mostly cruisers. And there may have been a few battleships, but I suppose I avoided those AP shells. So, thanks for watching. Please press that like button, leave some comments, and I will see you in future videos.